Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Saggies, I wanted to take a look at what is coming towards Sag is unaware of at this point in time. We have got a King of Coins. There could be, and only one card came out, which everybody else has been getting like a slew of cards. So we're going to go ahead and gobble this down as it is first. First off, somebody could be eating honey because I see honeycomb up here. But we also have Year of the Snake being represented because we have kind of a serpent look behind him. So this is coming in still before this year is over. This could be a message from a boss, or this could be a Libra, Gemini, or excuse me, erase that, a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus who has something to say. I also feel like somebody has like a jar of jam. Maybe this is somebody wanting to give a gift of money, or like I said, jams and honey, and like maybe it's a gift basket coming in because I see grapes, I see jam, I see honey, I see this could be like a gift that's going to be delayed that doesn't arrive until almost like after Christmas but before New Year or something. Now bear in mind, we don't go from Year of the Snake into Year of the Horse at New Year. That happens at Chinese New Year, which is not until February 17th. So this could be, when I say like comes after Christmas, like this could be a gift that comes, maybe it's coming from like overseas or something, so it takes longer to get here. Maybe that's even why we see like, honeys and jams and things. It could be something that's like imported and quite lovely, but this feels like it's a gift that is coming in that could be a nice surprise, especially a surprise because it comes in late. Four of Cups, Page of Cups. Oh, and the World sideways. Yeah, it definitely could be like right when Sag is like, oh, I didn't hear anything from that person. They don't think about me. Are you kidding me? This comes in maybe with an apology as well. It could be though that Sag feels sad, like they've been forgotten, and then instead it's just that they haven't been forgotten. Instead, it comes in way later than expected. Because this even says it's not during a news cycle. It's not a time that you would think. It's at like in between cycles. So like I said, we have basically like two New Years that we could celebrate depending on how we perceive things. Do we celebrate like New Year at January 1 or February 17th? Or if this is about, sometimes we represent new cycles of, Christmas as well. And so it could be that Sag, this is maybe a belated birthday gift also. It comes in after the fact, but it seems like it also comes in with an apology. Like maybe this person knows that it's going to get in late. I see money on this as well. We have a bunch of money here actually. And Temperance. This feels like somebody's really going to want to try to make it up to Sag. I don't even know that this is avoidable. Sometimes delays are because of shipping. Sometimes delays are because, life got busy. Maybe they weren't able to get something mailed off in time or delivered in time. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. The thing is, I think it's going to come in as a much sweeter gift at a much sweeter time, like during a time when it's like a really rough day and then there's this unexpected package that gets delivered, not when it should, but after the fact. And it's like, oh my God, this is even so much more meaningful. The fact that it comes in now, this is exciting. This could revive some kind of like excitement, or if this is like a gift of finances, it could also come in during a time when it's like, oh my God, I needed that money. Oh my God, couldn't have been a better timing, or, some kind of like, it either touches Saggy's heart, or it inspires them, or it picks everything up and says, because I got this gift, this changes how I feel about things. It could just be that it's an emotional uplift, we don't ever want our life to be dependent upon whether or not, we get a gift from somebody, right? Because then we'd be giving away our power in our ability to make our lives what we want it to be. But certainly, gifts and nice surprises and things, obviously it can be really fun. It can be really exciting. It can be really heartfelt. It can be very sweet to receive something. In this case, though, let me go back over to the King of Coins. I said, what is Sag not see coming? So that's why I'm almost thinking this is not something that Sag would have guessed was going to come from this particular person at all. A 10 of Cups. Seven of Swords, Two of Cups. You know what I'm going to say? This is so much more than like a gift of jam and honey. This isn't a family member. This says a lot more. It is cloaked in, like, it may seem like it's just a gift. It's not. This is the way somebody is telling Sag, you're the apple of my eye. You are the person I would like to have my happiness with. You are the person that I see as my Two of Cups. They may not say it in so many words. They say it through, maybe that's why it's honey, because as sweet as can be. You know, they say it through some sweet gesture. They say it through this sweetness, this gentleness. And perhaps that's a better way to look at this. Maybe that's why it's so unexpected and such a lovely shock, because Sag didn't see this coming. But this is how they feel about Sag. I think a gift is really more like a proxy for what they're trying to say. You know, this could be very heartfelt, but they're still cloaking what they meant to say by giving this gift that could be very generous. But this very generous gift coming to Sag, it's not like they're trying to buy Sag's love, but they want to show Sag that they care. And I just think that this is going to be a shocker. And it could come in at a time where maybe Sag thinks there's nobody really paying attention to me, or there's not anybody with me on their mind. What I would say to that is, the reason I'm positive everybody on this planet has somebody walking around in love with them and they don't have a clue is because every single one of us has somebody that once upon a time we had, you know, a long held crush for that we never told, right? Think back. Every single person on earth has had some crush that they never let on. They never told their crush that they were interested. They never told that person how much time they spent obsessing over them. Or maybe it was somebody that they dated and it's like, I don't think they ever knew the extent of how much I loved them. I never actually told them that I thought about them for years afterwards. You know, I never told them that they always stayed on my mind, that they always stayed in my heart. We've all had somebody that we feel that way about. So guaranteed somebody has felt that way about us too, and we never knew. That's what this is revealing. That's what is unexpected. Let me just ask this. Will this be a welcome thing to come in for Sag? Temperance and King of Swords, my yes. In fact, this could be coming in. Oh, I keep getting like a boss energy. And remember the beginning, instead of saying Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, I flubbed and started to say Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Well, here we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They're coming out as two different king energies, air sign and earth sign. Both of them come across as like maybe boss type figures. I don't know if somebody works in the judicial system, like maybe they are, you know, somebody who works like maybe they're a professor of law, or maybe they work in a legal field in some capacity. They could be like a manager or boss material also, because they're a king in both scenarios. I don't know that I would say that they have to be Sag's boss, but they seem to be someone who's like very highly respected. And it just says Sag feels very balanced about, you know, like receiving something that is really heartfelt, especially at a time where maybe this is like so much more meaningful. Will Sag understand the hidden message in this gift? Page of Wands. Sag will definitely say, I have this suspicion that they're not just being nice. I have a suspicion that they're trying to tap on the glass, so to speak, and ask if I wanted to reciprocate it all. If this is them quietly, gently, not overtly trying to tell me that they pay close attention to my likes and dislikes. So this is somebody who cares about who I am. They care about if I've had something painful go on in my life. They care about what my life has been made up of. They are paying more attention, which means I'm on their radar, which means they care more than they've perhaps let on. It definitely makes Sag, I think, like open their heart and realize there's something different here, because we have the grand opening sign here. That Ace of Pentacles, they could give Sag flowers. Also, they could just do something really sweet. But we clearly have Sag feeling that warmth, feeling that, you know, like, oh my God, this is This has just changed the way I look at this person. I do know that their gift means so much more to me. They're now on my radar in a new way also. Were they already on Saggy's radar? Is this somebody that Sag has loved? Oh, Three of Cups. I almost feel like Sag maybe has talked to close friends and confidants about this person. Like, they're really great. And friends might have said, well, if they're really that great, they'll ask you out or something, or, let them chase you, let them pursue you, Sag, let them make the first move. Because I almost feels like friends are like, Sag, you deserve to be pursued. You deserve to be, looked at as the person that somebody really wants to put in some effort. You let them come to you. I almost feel like good friends think anyone worthy of Sag is going to put in some effort. Sag deserves that. Yeah, Four of Swords. It's like Sag doesn't need to go make things easy for that person, in the sense of like, this is not to be like, it's going to sound so rude or, one-sided or something, but there is this energy here where maybe Sag is always like a really loving, really compassionate, really, like accepting individual. And they need to also be able to receive some kind of, like energy of somebody who will see them and say, I want to give to you, Sag. And it's not to say this person owes Sag something because people in the past didn't give Sag that same consideration. I don't mean it to sound like that, but I'm almost wondering if Sag has in the past had the tendency to like make other people feel way more comfortable and give them way more understanding and compassion for whatever wounds they may have, visible or invisible. And Sag was always like so generous and so deeply compassionate that they perhaps kind of didn't have an expectation that somebody should have to give to them also, or should have to put in energy, should have to do a little bit of the heavy lifting as well. I almost think Sag was like, always giving, like the ocean, comes up on the shore and keeps delivering things onto the shore. And this is like, no, let somebody give to Sag. I think that was a bit of a lesson here. And sure enough, although it's taken some time for this person to find the courage to open up about how they feel, and they're still doing it in a slightly cloaked energy, but obvious enough that now it feels like they've made the first step. Now they've been generous. I could understand why this person needed to be generous. Is this somebody that Sag had ever dealt with before, in the context of love? Or is this totally off the charts? We have a King of Wands upright. Either it's somebody that Sag has held the torch for a long time, but this person, they're standing up with their arms folded. It could be that if Sag had already tried to be generous with this person, gift them some of their beautiful energy, this person either wasn't reacting, wasn't offering something in the return. And maybe that's why Saggy's friends is like, you don't do anything else for that person. You let them come and you let them try to woo you. You gave them your time, Sag. You were generous, you were balanced, you were understanding, and they still didn't open up to you. Hell no. You don't give them another ounce of your energy. You let them chase and pursue and try to win your heart back. And I don't think Sag is playing hard to get, but I do think that this could be a big shock after all, because this is, it's welcome. It is a welcome energy that finally there's reciprocity. And they're still coming in as far, now I'm saying them, then they're coming in as far less effort still than what they should give, although this gift could be quite significant. I'm not sure why this person still has difficulty like really expressing, but boy, it's here. The feelings are here, even if it still is kind of like it has to be deciphered. Maybe they suck with words. What is it that you're really wanting from Sag? We see you saying, Sag is my 10 of Cups, Sag is my 2 of Cups, the person I want to be with. 4 of Pentacles and Emperor. Don't love the still holding back energy, but the fact that they want to be Saggy's Emperor, They want to be the one, the only one in Sagi's life. They also, look, maybe this person is someone who barely uses words, but maybe they are quite the protector. Maybe they have to show Sag through action how they feel because they'll never find words. You know what? We all have our different love languages, right? If this person though is going to be starting to put in effort, and I'm not saying like they keep buying Sag stuff, that might be the one of the first things though with the gifting scenario, but they may try to show Sag in other ways. You know, they want to make sure they check up on Sag's vehicle, make sure that everything's running good. They want to make sure that, you know, Sag gets home safely. They want to start doing things even though their words might not be there. Their actions, that seems to be that they want to show Sag because they don't know how to say it. This person is not the best at all. In fact, they suck at emotions, but they have them. They have them. Honestly, as difficult as this is, you know, for them to get words out of their mouth, them trying this approach is like them grappling with how do I explain something that I feel, but I don't know about words. You know, I don't know how to say things. It's cloaked even from me. I have to get this out some way. And the only way I know how to do this, because this is a ton of emotion that they feel for Sag. It's so much they definitely couldn't find words. Maybe that's what makes this so much more meaningful. And maybe that's why Sag is getting what they're putting down. You know, it's like, I get it. You don't know how to say all the feels that you have because maybe you feel a lot more than is capable of being put into words. I mean, the Two of Cups says, you're in my heart. Oh God, what's the song? You're in my heart. You're in my soul. You'll be my something when I get old. It's Rod Stewart. I can't think of who sings it, or excuse me, of what the rest of the lyrics are. I just know Rod sings it. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. I kind of actually really like this person, even though it would certainly take a patient Sag, but Sag came up as Temperance twice. Talk about patience of a saint. All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And Sag, if you guys did not know this, you got another video this week as well. It was the Red String of Fate. I try to give you guys 2 videos per week for every zodiac. I'll try to make sure that I pop it up on your screen so you can catch it now if you missed it earlier, because that was our full moon message that I hope you guys didn't miss. All right. Take care. Bye.